Good morning. It is 7:59 on this really pretty Tuesday, actually. Um, this is my third attempt at making a YouTube channel like this. Not sure what I'm going to be called yet. I'll figure that out at some point in time. People. Anyway, so this is my 2002 Chevy Astro cargo van. I've had it for about a year now. It's held up pretty damn good. I was gonna do this build a lot longer ago. A lot longer? That don't make no sense. A long time ago, but stuff happens. So what I'm gonna do today is I'm going to get some measurements for length, width, and height, and then I'm going to try and figure out how many sheets of plywood I need, because I'm gonna go with 1/8 inch plywood, and I'm probably going to go with nothing but that pink styrofoam insulation, that you get in the sheet on the walls, ceiling, and floor. And then for the little holes and cubbies and gaps and stuff in the parts that I can't physically reach, I'm gonna use spray and foam and go from there. But I'm doing this because one has been a dream of mine since like 2018. So there's that. But also, good lord. Also, I'm in a position where this is more reliable to live out of than where I'm currently at. So that's why I'm doing this. And I'm hoping to be able to take you all on adventures and stuff like that. So I forgot to get a notebook and pencil. I'm going to have to run inside and do that here in just a minute. But I need to go get a notebook and pencil, and I need to be able to write stuff down, and then we'll get the measurements and everything else. We'll be right back. And we're back. I went in, got my notebook. Today I went and got a couple of things that I needed from Walmart. I got a circular saw and a jigsaw because, well, I needed them. Yes, they're hyper tough. Sue me, I'm poor. And then I came over and color me impressed when I found out that Walmart sold chalk line. Like, holy. Anyway, we're gonna get down to measuring all this, trying to figure out how much of what I need, and then hopefully have enough money to go get it all. Now, I'm not an artist, but that right there is going to be my template, and I'll just write all my measurements there. And you can't see it too well, but there is a black rubber mat up there that's going to be my basis for the end. So 10. 7 foot 10 inches from here to there. And then we will go from five foot 7. So we got 5 foot 7 that way. And then there. There. Let's call that 4-4. Now, keep in mind, I am not a carpenter by any means. So this is going to be a learning experience. For everybody. So if I'm looking at it from this end, that would be right there. Okay. Now, I hope to God you can see this. I've marked on here the doorway entry thingy. So that. Wall number 1. I will call this wall number 2. I just realized there's plastic back here that can come off. Like specifically here, there's plastic that can come off. Well, let's see if I can pop that off without too much issue. See if I can stick you in there. Awesome. Oh, come on. Gonna go get that. Oh, it seems like it's just these little things here that's holding this in place. Yep. That's all it is. In the hole. Oh, cool. There's a couple of screws up there. That is not what I need. Where the hell are my regular size bits? There they are. That one right there. Okay, so there's wiring back here. Huh. Well, I guess these are staying then. I'm not gonna be dicking with it. There we go. So glad I didn't just start ripping. I'm trying to yank it off. Nope. I almost split my monster. Alright, so now back to measuring. We are... Get back here. I'm going to go from there to there. 3'11". And from there I told you, I don't know what the hell I'm doing. Educated guesstimation. We're looking at 3'9". I was 3'9" and not 3'6", right? Yeah, 3'9". And just to double check, it should be the same on both ends. But validate my parking. Yeah, 3'9". Okay, and then from down there, well, that's gonna be 7'5". Ow. Okay, and then I want to do a measurement from the doorstop or the doorway over there. Get a measurement. So we'll call that 5'3". And so my artistry so far. So right now we've got 710 by 5'7" here and 5'3" there. So we're gonna need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Gonna need 6 pieces of plywood and 6 let's call it 4. We're gonna need 4 pieces of the styrofoam insulation. I also need to go and spray this out at the car wash, like really bad. And then I've got to get some of my zip ties and zip tie these loose wires up and out of the way. And I need to see, I'm torn because I've got enough space on the walls here and like these areas where there's a good like 2 inches between the outer panel and the inside. But if I get some self-driving or self-tapping metal screws, I can just screw directly into the walls. And I need to get some liquid nail, I think is how I'd be going about it. Some liquid nail for the floor and get some 1x2s or 2x2s, depending on what the Home Depot has. And then lay them out so I can insulate the floor and all that. So this is most likely going to be a multi-day ordeal, if I'm being 100% honest. But hey, you know, that's what these tests are for. So y'all are along for the ride. I'm going to go get my GoPro chest mount, and we are going to go make a trip down to the car wash. So we'll be back. All right. Now, get 2. That'll be fine. This stuff, on the other hand, needs to go up front. I don't want to hear any kind of malarkey about the mess, because it will be cleaned up eventually. That'll be fine. Well, it's time to go. We're gonna go down to the car wash. And well, there went my mic. So it's gonna get clipped right there. And yes, I'm aware my steering wheel is crooked. I need to do a little bit of work on the front end. Now I need to pull in on the other side so I can get in through the side door. I have enough left over after buying all the materials I need. Well, I am going to go and get me a backup camera, because that is something I feel I definitely need. Yeah, ding, 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 ding. This is going to get covered up, just in case. Alright, well, that's not working. Take the dollar. Thank you. Lights. I forgot the lights. Might as well rinse it off a little bit. Those will be fine. That's all I needed. And it was a smart call to cover up my laptop. And then I get to go and spray everything out. What are you doing, dude? You got a whole ass fucking over there to go. Fucking stupid people. shut up with your ding. All right, now open her up. And it's time to go grab some towels, some dirty towels, and come dry her up. We'll be right back. All right, I got some dirty towels. Now it's time to dry her out as much as I can. And then we're going to leave her for a little while. Let her finish drying out. Good old-fashioned way. All right. Now, go put these in the washer and grab my zip ties. We'll be right back. All right, we got my little pack of zip ties. I got bigger ones, but they did something weird, and I got these weird tabs that you gotta slot in. I don't like them. All right. That's that. Oh, well, that we will be back here shortly, I suppose. All right, see you soon. Okay, there we go. So, I'm about to go get whatever materials I can, but I would like to make a list of everything that I need. Just a little bit of, it's fine. So we needed 2, 4, 5, 6. I'm gonna call it 7 pieces of plywood. Seven sheets of plywood. Let's go 5 sheets. Styrofoam. Insulation. Depending on the length, I need some 1x2s. Don't know how many I'll need. I'll figure that out when we get there. And I get a length of how long they are. I need self-tapping screws. I know I'm gonna need different wood screws because the screws that I got now are too long, I can guarantee it. I have a caulking gun somewhere. I mean, they're like a couple bucks anyway, so caulking gun and liquid nail of some flavor. What else? Some Reflectix if I can find it, so I can make whatchamacallit, privacy stuff for the front windows and that side window. And I need to clean that side door. Spray foam. Let me see what else. I think that's it for now. Okay, you want to be difficult. Be difficult. This will go in my bag. Oh. Yep. Off we go. I think I might need a new fuel pump at some point in the very near future. Go ahead and roll that up. Check that message if it was important. And off to the races. Now, I may not get much done today because it's supposed to start raining tonight pretty good, and then it's been sprinkling on and off. So I might not actually get to cut anything. And most of the liquid nail and stuff that I've seen requires it to set and cure overnight or 24 hours. So my plan is to get everything today. Depending on when the weather is supposed to roll in, I may not start actually cutting anything until tomorrow because it's supposed to stop raining at like 8:30, 9 o'clock in the morning. And then from there, I will measure cut everything that I need to that will be cut, and then I will use the liquid nail and get my floor insulation and all that stuff situated with the 1x2s then. And yeah, because I don't want to get everything glued down and the insulation in just to have to try to work around that for my laying the wood and everything. So I figure go ahead and get it all mapped out, cut out, make sure that it fits right, which is why I'm going for 7 instead of the 6 sheets of plywood because I'm going to mess up. That way I have another piece when I inevitably do mess up. I'm just hoping that the plywood I'm wanting, because the last time I checked it was like $30 a sheet. I'm hoping that the price hasn't gone up, because I checked like a month ago. But I should have enough to cover everything that I need. So here's hoping. But even if I don't have enough to cover everything that I need, I will be able to get it later on this month. But I know for sure I can get all the plywood that I need. Don't know about everything else, but I do know that I can get the plywood. No, not pulling forward into another parking spot like normal because I gotta load stuff into the back. Alright, I'm gonna get my GoPro chest mount on and we'll be back here momentarily. Alright, you're gonna have to forgive the audio quality on this one. I usually use my Mac and an external mic in order to record clear audio that's not just full of background noise, but I can't have my Mac open and recording at the same time while I'm in the store. So forgive me. I'll do my best to level the audio as much as I can. This has my Mac in it. I'm not going to let that sit out here in the van while I go inside. And we got our list. So let's go. So there's... Definitely no cutting today. All right, y'all. She's all loaded up, and I'm ready to go. Oh, well, that's gonna be comfortable. All right, I will see y'all momentarily. Okay, so we have most of everything we need. Delicious. We have most of everything we need. I'm missing the insulation. And to get what I need about $130, $145. I'd venture to say. Let me. So I am $130 to $145 short of getting the last things I need, which is insulation. So now we get to go back to the duplex. I get to put that like 14-foot long 1x2 in the duplex somewhere. And then until I get the money to get the insulation, drive around very, very uncomfortably. But I will say, it was really nice of that lady to give me this plywood for $21.48 instead of the normal $30 a sheet. Very nice of her. She did not need to do that, but she did, and I'm very grateful for her. And for anonymity, that's not the word either. Anonymity, there we go, that's the word. I will ensure that her face and badge are blurred out, just like I have promised. But overall, I say we did really good. If I can either sell my 3D printer, or I can wait until the 13th or 15th, should be able to get the last of the stuff I need. If this light would hurry up and turn green, my GoPro battery's about to die. But I'd say it's been a pretty productive day. I can feel the plywood wobbling. And for anybody who has an issue with me smoking on camera or in my vehicle, a couple of things I'd like to say, and I'm not trying to be rude about it, but I'm an adult. It's my property. I can do with it what I want. And everyone has their vices. Some people it's alcohol, some people it's tobacco, other people it's gambling, so on and so forth. I'm a smoker. I've tried quitting. It's extremely hard, and I always end up falling back on it. So, if anyone has any tips or suggestions, I'm all ears. But we are back here at the duplex. Thank you all for watching. I really do appreciate it. If you like the video, subscribe. There's going to be a lot more content as far as the van goes, including my travels. If not, well, thank you for coming around anyway. And for those of you that did subscribe, I hope to see you in the next one. Until then, later.